Good morning, students. Welcome you all in today's session that is of Standard 10th, and the lesson is number 2, Internet Services. Students, Internet is a very important part of our lives nowadays because without Internet we can't survive even a 1 minute because everything is depended on the internet. As you can take the example of our today's class, that this is only happened only because of internet facility, right? If there is no internet, we can't take any class from our house, or we as well as we teachers are concerned, we will also unable to take the class. So internet is the key in which we can take all the classes or many more works we can perform with the help of internet. And we all know that every detail or every information is resides in the website form, in the web pages, but we can also extract them or find information from them only with the help of internet, because without internet we can't even run any website. Now, what are the services of internet which we can avail to make our life easy? Some services which we can avail from the internet are: number 1, information retrieval. Students, the basic purpose of using internet is to extract the information on any topic according to our requirement, right? If we want any information, suppose a school gives you the assignment or any debate or declamation on any topic, suppose internet is the topic, and your teacher asked you to prepare a declamation. Next day there will be a competition about it or on it, right? Then what will we do? You firstly go your home, you will take your mobile and you directly go to the google.com. With the help of internet you will type the topic and you will get the information. So the main source of information in today's life is internet. So basic service of or basic use of internet is to retrieval the information from the website. Okay, students. Next is email. We all know that when we sending normal letter to anyone through post, that is mail, means letter, and when it happens with the help of computers, means electronically, when we send messages, it is called email, means electronic mail. Electronic mail also uh, provide provides the provision for sending attachment like pictures, songs, videos, etc. We can't send these things with the help of normal mail, means normal postal system. We can send only with emails. Okay. Email account. Look, students, as we want to send any simple message to anyone, then we have to use two fields very importantly and very necessarily. One is from, second is to. To means to whom we want to send the message, and from means who is sending the message, right? Same way in our email, we need both the accounts. Email accounts. Email accounts means we need a space on internet in which we can create our address so that we can send our messages from that address. That address will call our email account. Both the end we need this email account, means both the end what means sending end and receiving end, means who is sending the email and who is receiving the email. Both the parties must have their email account. Without it, it can't be sent or received. Next is, as we know in normal mail we need an address on which we can send our messages. In the same way, in email we also need email address. This email address is nothing but only the space on internet provided by the internet service providers to us, right? And it is free of cost. It is free of cost. When we create our email ID on internet, it means we are creating a space for us for our messages on internet. And there are many internet service provider companies which are providing this facility to us without a single penny, right? So email address is the address. It shows it shows many things about the user and the company in which the email is created. Okay, now the parts of email. First of all, let's take the example which you can see on your screen, that is KIPS Publishing world फिर at gmail.com. This is the complete email id, and the first part of it means keeps publishing world, means before the at sign, right? At per sign or at sign, both are the same thing, right? Keeps publishing world, this is the part before the at sign, and it is called username, means KIPS company is using that space. In that area we have to define our address. Okay, means our name, company name, like us, the Century School at rediffmail.com. Then the first part is the Century School is the username, means the Century School is using that email id. Okay, then in between there is a partition part that will be that always defined with the at sign. This is at sign. And after that, Gmail. What is Gmail? Gmail means domain name. Domain means ke this is the company which is providing that facility. And after that, .com. What is this com? It is domain extension. What is extension? As I told you in previous lesson that when we use any website like .com, .org, .gov, .net, right now you can see my previous video on the first lesson in which you can confirm that part of domain extension. In the same way, in this lesson also, when we are talking about .com, it means it is domain extension, means this mail is related with any company. Okay, students, most of us always commit a mistake that we always create our email ID with the domain extension is .com, and this is totally wrong. Students, Gmail also provide two types of extensions. First is .in, that is for individual, and second one is domain. Second one is .com, that is company. Okay, so but we always create with .com. This is totally wrong, because when we use .in, then the space is provided from the Gmail is very less, because we are confirming to Gmail that we are individual, we are one. You can say we are creating Gmail ID for one person only. And when we are one, then there is no need to more space, because when we are not connected with any company, then very few mails we will send, or very few mails we will receive. Okay, so but when we use .com, then as well as Gmail is concerned, we get near about 15 GB or 16 GB space free of cost, because then Gmail accept your request as a company, and if you are a company, then you need a more space. Okay, students, so this is domain extension. I hope you are very much clear about the part of the email ID. That is, first part is before at sign is username. After that, Gmail is domain name, and .com is domain extension. Next is component of email account. This is the written explanation which I gave you already. Next is email services. Now, why we use email? There are two types of email services as specified below. Number one is web-based email. What is web-based email? The web-based email can be accessed by the user across the globe from any computer connected to the internet. Okay, students. What it means? It means the web-based email can accessed by when a person is using internet connection, then he or she can access their email account at any time. Due to this flexibility, these email services has become very popular, especially among those who are always traveling. Look, students, most of the jobs are on marketing base, right? And we have to move from one place to another. But in between, we have to connect with our office also, with our work also, with our business also. And we have to be very much attentive every time that anytime anyone can send to us any mail or any message. So this type of web-based email type is very popular because we can be online or be attentive all the time with the help of this kind of web-based email, right? Then after that, one need to first register. For using web-based email, one needs to first register with an email service provider in order to get a free account and create a login with a username and password. We all know that we need to create an email account. Without email account, as I told you earlier, that without an email account, without an email address, we can't send any mail and no one can receive that without email account or email address. And we have to set a username and the password for it. Okay, this username is the email address which becomes operational after registration. When you register in any website, then the address of the email is called its username and the password is on you, and you have to create a password which is most secure and uncommon. Never use common passwords, okay, that can be misused and easily cracked. Using this email address and password, one can log into the web-based email. After logging in, one can create, send, receive, forward, and delete emails. Means when you create your account, then you can do anything with your account. You can type your email, you can send them, you can receive any mail sent from any person to you, and you can forward it when you get any message and you want to share with all, with anyone or with your friends or relative or a known to person, then you can use forward option. And if you think this is a useless mail, then and it is occupying space unnecessarily in your email account, then you can delete also. Okay. Now the some of well-known free web-based email services are just like gmail.com, yahoo.com, msn.com. These are the main and well-known free web-based email services. Next point is application client-based email. That was web-based email. Another one is application client-based and email. What are the difference between it? We have to go through it with its definition first. Let's do it. Application-based or client-based email means you need to install a program on your computer to read the email. Look, students, in web-based email, we no need to install any software into our computer, because the connection on internet can solve our purpose, can serve our purpose, right, by its own. But when we are talking about application or client based email, then we need to install a program. Some of the example of application email programs are Outlook Express, Mozilla, Thunderbird, and Foxmail. These are the software which we need to install in our computer when we are using application or client based email. Let me turn the next page. Okay. One of the major disadvantage One of the major disadvantage of application-based email is that one might not be able to use the mail outside one's countries as the IPs internet service providers might change. Yes, this is the basic difference between web-based and application-based. What are the difference? Because in application-based uh, email, is when, if you are in India, in your country from where you created this account, you can use your email account in that country only, right? When you go across the country, then ISP is automatically changed and it will not be run outside of it. Okay. For all the Okay, for all emails, the following information is required. Means for the both of type, like username and password. I told you everything about it. I hope you get it. Creating a strong password. We have to keep in mind some basic points whenever we sets the password for our email. Number one, never use personal information such as your name, birthday, username, or email address. This type of information is often publicly available, which makes it easier for someone to guess your password. Suppose your name is Akash and you want to create an email ID, and no doubt if you are on email account, then you have to be on Facebook or any other social networking sites, then, and you have to give your all information there. Most of the persons gives original information on these social networking sites, and most of the time we always set the passwords of our email ID which is very close to us and which is very easy to remind us, just like our surname, our own name, our date of birth, our phone number, right, and our city name. Then when a cracker want to crack your email ID or your account, then he or she will try first all these keys, right? Then, and most of the persons use all these because they have a fear that they can forget the password if they use very complex password, very complicated password. Okay, students, so please don't use these nearby words to you, so anyone can guess it, right? Next is use a long password consisting minimum 8 characters with a combination of letters, numbers, or special characters. No need to write the like this Akash 1 2 3 4 5. It is quite easy to be guessed, right? So use a combination of it. Like in Akash, you can take double AK, or in numbers you can write any number, or your suppose your date of birth is 89 or 92, then you can you can make reverse of it like 29. Okay, and a special character like star, question mark, and some other special characters, then you can use it. And once you use this password, then you have to remind it and never tell your password to anyone, right? Not even with your family members. Clear? And last is, do not use the same password for separate account. Most of us, we are using same password for our all accounts. Like our ATM pin, we can use same number. Our other paying apps, we use same number, right? In our email, we use same password. In Facebook, same password. Everywhere we use same password because it is quite easy to learn, but it is wrong. If someone get your password, then he or she can attack you on every time or everywhere, whenever, wherever you are on online. Okay, students. Now, email address, I told you earlier about it. Next, very important point is, 2 points are very important. I hope we will cover only these 2 points in our today's lecture. It's already time is running. POP server address. In email address, we have two types of email addresses. Number one, POP means POP3 server address. What is it? POP means Post Office Protocol. Version it's 3. So we called it POP3. It is address one should configure to get the incoming mails. Is very common internet email protocol for retrieving emails from a remote web server using a local client. Look, students, if you have so many mails in your inbox, then the mails are not stored in your computer or in your mobile. It is stored in the server of the company, and you can connect with your server and you can retrieve all the emails. You can open all the emails with the help of POP3. It is POP3 server address. Okay, then every server which is used to open or receive the mails is called POP. Okay, and version can be different. Its version is 3. It's POP3. Next is SMTP server address. It is the another server address. What is the use of it? It is the address one should configure to send an outgoing mail, an SM simple mail transfer protocol. Server takes care of the entire email delivery process. One must configure the correct SMTP setting, including the SMTP address to send messages with an email client or software. Look, students, it is quite clear then if you are going to receive any email from any other person, it is because of POP3 server address, right? And if you are going to send any email, it is because of SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. Both the server addresses are very much important and required in every email ID. So we have to set both of it. Most of the time we no need to make care or do care about it, because everything is settled by the internet automatically. Okay, students. So in our next lecture, we will learn how we can create an email account, and I hope we can do it practically in school, uh, because this is 10, and next on 17 our period will come, and I hope we will meet in school in our next class. So if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me. Let me take your attendance first. After that, I will give you permission to ask any question. Okay, students, if you don't have any kind of query, then it's okay. Uh, I'm ending this meeting here. So please go through this lesson, and if you have any kind
Sir,
of
good
confusion,
afternoon.
you can ask.
आज